What if I told you that $1,000, the cost of a weekend trip, a new outfit, or the latest iPhone, could grow into over $500,000 in just 10 years? I know, it sounds like something you'd see on a sketchy ad at 2 a.m. But stay with me, because this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. There's no course to buy, no secret club to join. It's simply about knowing where to put your money, something the wealthy have always known but rarely talk about out loud. Here's the truth nobody teaches you in school. The rich aren't smarter than you. They don't work longer hours than you. They just play an entirely different game. While most people spend their money on things that lose value the second they walk out the store. The newest phone, the flashiest car, the latest trend. Wealthy people are quietly building income streams that work around the clock, whether they're at the office or on a beach somewhere. And the gap between those two lives, it's not your degree, it's not your salary, it's not even how hard you work, it's the decisions you make with the money you already have. The beautiful part is you don't need to be born into wealth. You don't need a trust fund, a six-figure salary, or a lucky break. You just need to start, and start smart. Because the right $1,000 decision today can do more for your future than $10,000 spent the wrong way. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through 5 investments that could help you build real, lasting wealth, and potentially let you walk away from your 9 to 5 within the next 10 years. Investment 1. High income skills. This should be the first thing you invest in when you have some income. Most people don't know that this is the first thing you should invest in, and also don't go cheap with it. You spend not only money on this, but also time and effort. And it's easy to master these days because everything is more accessible with the internet. And it's the fastest way to reach your 10-year freedom goal. Assuming you have $1,000 now and you invested in a skill such as sales, coding, graphic design, content creation and the likes, that $1,000 can grow tremendously and the returns can be put into other investment types we will go into shortly. Here's what I mean. If you take that $1,000 and invest it in an online course, coaching or certification in a high demand skill, you're not just learning, you're multiplying your earning potential. A graphic designer can charge $500 to $2,000 per project. A freelance coder can make $50 to $150 per hour. A skilled salesperson can earn 6 figures in commissions. That initial $1,000 investment in education can turn into an extra $2,000 to $5,000 per month within 6 to 12 months if you put in the work. Now you have a skill that the market pays premium prices for. And over 10 years, you have an extra income you can deploy as capital. And unlike stocks or real estate, this investment can't crash, can't be taxed until you earn, and goes with you everywhere. The returns from this one investment fund everything else on this list. 2. Dividend stocks. Once you start earning from your high income skills, dividend stocks should be on your radar. Most people don't know that these stocks pay you consistently just for holding them, and also don't overlook the compounding effect. You invest not only in share price growth, but also in quarterly cash flow. And it's easy to get started these days because apps like Robinhood and Fidelity make it accessible with just a few clicks. And it's one of the most passive ways to build wealth over your 10-year timeline. Ensure the company, first of all, is one that grows with time. And also check to see the dividend yield. And it's fine if you start small with this. The idea behind this is to ensure that it compounds over time. Let me give you a real example with actual numbers. Let's say you invest $500 per month into a dividend stock ETF, like SCHD or VYM, which have dividend yields of around 3 to 4% and have historically grown around 8 to 10% annually. 3. Cash flowing real estate. Real estate is where wealth gets serious once you've built up some capital. Most people don't know that properties can pay you monthly while also appreciating in value, and also don't wait until you can buy property outright. You invest not only money as a down payment, but also time in learning about markets and property management. And it's easier to access these days because platforms like Fundrise and Arrived let you invest with as little as $10. And it's one of the most proven ways wealthy people build generational wealth over a 10-year period. Here's how rent collecting can help you build an empire. After 2 years of building your high income skill, you save some amount for a down payment on a rental property. Your tenant pays monthly rent. Over 10 years, that property appreciates definitely. You've collected some amount in cash flow and paid down the mortgage. After 2 to 3 years, use your cash flow to buy a second property and another, and you can start buying more as time goes by. You're using the bank's money and tenants' rent to build wealth. This is how regular people become millionaires through real estate over 10 years. 4. Small business ownership. If you want to truly scale your income, owning a small business could changes everything. Most people don't know that business ownership gives you tax advantages that employees never get, and also don't realize you can buy existing profitable businesses. You invest not only capital, but also your expertise from the high income skills you've mastered. And it's more accessible these days because marketplaces like BizBuySell and Flipper connect you with opportunities. And it's one of the fastest ways to accelerate your 10-year freedom plan. Let me give you a good example. After mastering content creation for 3 years, you take $20,000 and buy an established e-commerce store making $3,000 monthly profit. You apply your skills, improve the marketing, and grow it to $5,000 to $6,000 monthly. That's $60,000 to $72,000 annually from a $20,000 investment. Or start a service business by yourself and grow it till it starts producing returns. Number 5, bonds. Don't sleep on bonds when you want to protect what you've built over your 10-year journey. Most people don't know that bonds provide safety during market crashes when stocks are bleeding, and also don't appreciate the predictable income they generate. You invest not only in government or corporate debt, but also in peace of mind knowing part of your portfolio is secured. And it's simple to access these days because you can buy treasury bonds directly through Treasury Direct or bond ETFs through any broker. Think of bonds as a steady, reliable foundation of your portfolio. While stocks can drop 20 to 40% in bad years, bonds stay stable. Invest $300 monthly into a bond fund, yielding 4 to 5% annually. Over 10 years, you contribute $36,000 and it grows to $45,000 to $48,000. Not explosive, but steady. Keep 20 to 30% in bonds as you approach your 10-year goal to protect your gains. Bonds won't make you rich, but they ensure you don't lose everything when markets crash. In conclusion, these investments are your toolkit for financial freedom in 10 years. Start with high-income skills. That's non-negotiable and your foundation. Then diversify across the other 6 based on your risk tolerance, capital, and goals. You don't need all of them at once, but having a mix gives you multiple paths to wealth. In 10 years, if you stay consistent, keep learning, avoid lifestyle inflation, and reinvest your returns, you can realistically build a portfolio worth $300,000 to $500,000 or more, generating $2,000 to $5,000 per month in passive income. That's enough to quit your job and live life on your own terms. The math works, the strategies are proven. The only question is, will you actually do it? Start today, even if it's just with $1,000. Your future self 10 years from now will thank you.